You could continue your education. Some drew, start doing artwork like I did. Yeah.
John Fournier was 16 and living in Fort Vermilion in northern Alberta in 1948 when he contracted tuberculosis. He was sent to the Charles Camsell Indian Hospital in Edmonton for treatment. He would not leave for 5 years.
There was many that got TB, and many were treated at the Charles Camsell. Unfortunately, my own personal family did not survive. Father died in 1946, mother 2 years later, and the rest of the family too.
Many patients had bad experiences at the hospital, but John says his nurses and doctors cared about him, gave him schooling. Over a stay of half a decade, it became his home. He missed it when he left.
It brings back a lot of memories, the old Charles Camsell. Yeah. But miraculously, I recovered, and I worked for almost 50 years in the lumber. And I was fortunate to work. Yeah, I'm grateful for that.
Enoch First Nation near Edmonton hosted a screening of short films on the Charles Camsell Hospital. Miranda Jimmy co-produced the 2016 documentary called Camsell. She says the hospital did help cure people. It also had its dark side.
It was the intent that many of the patients were wards of the state, and so there were nutritional experiments done, there were forced sterilizations, there was babies scooped up as part of the 60 scoop that were born there. So the treatment of patients was very different than perhaps other hospitals across the country.
Children who were overactive were forced into body casts to keep them immobile. Rest was said to be the best cure for TB. Not all children survived. Some parents did not know where their children were buried. Daniel Metcalf-Chennai is writing a book on the hospital.
And there have been reports and allegations of sexual and physical abuse. And it's hard to reconcile that with the wonderful stories of people who say that they had loving nurses and doctors who with their best interests at heart.
John was sent to a residential school to finish his studies. He says the hospital treated him well and is thankful for saving his life. The hospital is now being converted into condos.
Being a patient for so long. Yeah. And when I left finally, I got to Greward, Alberta. Well, I missed the old Camsell. I thought this was the home I knew.
Chris Stewart, APTN National News, Edmonton.